Hello everyone, welcome back to MQW Driving School YouTube channel. My name is Mia Qasim. I'm audit trainer. I'm based in Leeds. If you're preparing for ADI Part 3 test or working as a PTI or you are ADI already and simply looking to improve your coaching and instructional skills, then this episode is for you. We are going to explore the first, perhaps the most important step in coaching and creating an effective learning environment called as rapport. Many instructors think rapport simply means being friendly with your client, but rapport goes much deeper than that. It's about understanding what's happening in your pupil's world and creating the conditions where learning can actually take place. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about why rapport matters. Every pupil arrives at a lesson carrying something with them. They maybe had a stressful day at work. Maybe they had just an argument at home. Maybe they failed their driving test recently. Or perhaps they're feeling anxious, nervous, lack of confidence. All these factors can affect their ability to learn. That is why, before starting our topics of roundabout, independent driving, maneuvers, we need to think about the person sitting beside us. Good rapport can help people feel comfortable, valued, and understood. When people feel safe, they're more likely to engage, ask questions, admit their faults, and take responsibility for their learning. Listening without judgment. One of the biggest mistakes instructors make is listening only to respond rather than listening to understand the client. When people tell us something, our natural instinct is often to relate it back to ourselves. We might say, "Oh, yes, that happened to me. I know exactly how you feel. Oh, me too." Although these comments are well intentioned, they shift the focus away from the pupil and onto us. Instead, try becoming curious observer. Allow your thoughts and experience drift past. Stay focused what your pupil is saying. Your goal is not to tell your story. Your goal is to understand theirs. Listening to verbal language. Rapport isn't built only through the words. It's also built through how those words are spoken. Pay attention to your pupil verbal language. Listen to their pitch, their tone, their speed of speech, their smoothness and fluency. For example, a pupil might say they are feeling confident, but if they're speaking very quickly, their voice sounds tense and they're struggling to finish sentence smoothly, there may be something else going on beneath the surface. Try to find it out. The words tell one story, and the voice of your client may tell another. Observing non-verbal language. Body language can often reveal what words don't. You must watch for your client's posture, movement, eye contact, facial expressions. For example, a pupil might say, "I'm absolutely fine today," yet they are avoiding the eye contact with you. Their shoulders are tight. They repeatedly touching their hairs, rubbing their hands. These can be the sign of stress or self-soothing behaviors. The key point is not to make assumptions. The key point is to become aware and curious. Notice what's happening. Observe without judgment. Look for inconsistencies. One powerful skill for instructor is spotting inconsistencies. When words and body language don't match, it can provide vulnerable information. For example, your client say, "I'm relaxed," yet the shoulders are raised and tense. Client say, "I'm confident," yet they're trying to avoiding the eye contact with you and feel like fidgeting. Client may say, "I'm not worried about the test," yet their breathing becomes faster when the test name is mentioned. These inconsistencies don't mean the pupil is lying with you. Often they simply aren't fully aware of how they are feeling. As instructor, we can gently explore these observations through effective questioning. Building trust through attention. Sometimes the simplest action have the biggest impact. To show people that you are fully present, face them when speaking, maintain appropriate eye contact with them, smile naturally, note when listening, give them full attention, avoid distractions, avoid looking at your phone or your notes, avoid preparing your next question while they are still speaking to you. When people feel heard, they become more willing to open up. And when they open up, learning become easier. Using trigger words to develop self-awareness. As you listen, pay attention to the emotional words and phrases. These are often called trigger words. Your pupil might say, "I always panic at roundabout. I hate dual carriages. I get frustrated when I make mistakes." These words provide opportunity for exploration. Instead of immediately offering solution, ask questions such as, "What makes roundabout feel stressful for you? What usually happens when you start feeling frustrated? What do you think would help you feel more comfortable in that situation?" These questions encourage self-awareness, and self-awareness is often where real learning begins. Helping people find their own solutions. As coach or instructors, our job isn't always to provide answers. Often, our role is to help people discover answer for themselves. When people develops their own strategies, they are more likely to understand them, remember them, and apply them independently. This is exactly what the DVSA examiner want to see through a client-centered learning approach. Less telling, more exploring, less instructing or guiding, and more coaching. Let's recap. Building rapport start with understanding the person, not just the driver. Listen carefully to both verbal and non-verbal communication by your client. Look for inconsistencies between the words and the body language. Stay curious rather than judgmental. Give people your full attention. Use thoughtful questions to increase self-awareness. And most importantly, help your pupil to develop their own strategies and solution. Remember, people learn best when they feel understood. Rapport is not something you do at the start of the lesson and forget about it. It's something you build throughout every minute of every lesson. That is your 17 competencies, teaching strategy as well. Adopt your teaching style with your client learning style and current ability. In risk management, a trainer must be aware of pupil action. That is how you will see their verbal and non-verbal communication action. Thank you for listening. If you find this episode useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with other ADI and PDIs in different WhatsApp group and social media. And I will see you in the next episode, where we will continue exploring how to create an effective learning environment for your pupil. Till then, take care, teach safely, drive safely.